Hello people of the YouTube land, my name is Ominator and welcome back to how to make Let's Plays on YouTube. This is part 3. I'm going to take you through the entire process of actually doing stuff. So let's get started here. You can see here on my screen I have Fraps loaded here, and I'm going to show you around the settings in just a second. Also I have Reaper loaded back here for recording my vocal commentary and all that kind of stuff. So let's get started. On Fraps, I'll show you how to use the program in general here. I have assigned a folder in my C drive, my local disk drive. There's a folder called Fraps, and that has a folder called Movies, and there I made a folder called Skyrim because I'm recording the Skyrim Let's Play here, and this is episode 42. And for the other settings, the hotkey is just whatever suits you, really. I've chosen a combination, so Control Alt and Numlock minus, and I'm recording and on the go there. Full size, important to get an HD resolution, unless you're going 2560 by 1600, I suppose, and 60 frames per second, so that my performance is not impaired by going down to 30 frames per second, which I find annoying as hell. Also, for the sound capture settings, just record the actual game audio in stereo format. That's what I've chosen. Not recording the external input as well, because of reasons I explained in part 2 of this little series here. So let's get started. What I'm going to do is, well, I have Fraps all set and ready to go, so I'm just going to drag it over here somewhere on my other screen. We're on my middle screen right now, and I'm going to go to Reaper and make a new track, arm it, and then you can see the meters are moving if I start recording by pressing the record button. You can see, my name is Ominator. Okay, there you go. So there's audio coming through, and I've already adjusted the mixer so that it works quite nicely, so it doesn't distort when I yell, but I'm still quite audible when I just speak like this. You can adjust your the volume of your microphone accordingly. So just for doing that, you try out, you say, okay, I'm speaking right now, and you can see the audio levels move quite nicely, and then I go, my name is Arnold, and they're reaching almost the top, or even nearly the top, but if they go over that, then you're distorting, and that's bad, you don't want that. So that's for adjusting audio levels. Okay, so just gonna delete that, and I'm gonna get on with recording the Let's Play. So in order to do that, I'm gonna say Steam library. You can't see this, but I'm just gonna launch the game that I'm going to record. Bam, there we go. So that's The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. I launched the game. I say play, and then I have my Xbox controller right here. It's plugged in and ready to go, and Skyrim is compatible, and the game is launching on my left monitor, so you can't see a whole lot there. I'll just drag it over in a moment. And what I've done is I've set the game to 1280 by 720 in the config, I believe, because I have a 4:3 monitor, so it's not a default resolution. It's not a resolution I can actually choose in the game, so I had to modify it there. But point is, we have a 1280 by 720 resolution going here, because that's what you want for YouTube. Okay, so now we're in the game, and I'm gonna press continue. You can see the Fraps counter up there in well, up there, I suppose. Yes. And that's just going to show the FPS and show that Fraps is actually hooked onto the game and is ready to record. I have my microphone all set up and all that kind of stuff. So once I get into the game, whenever that's going to happen, well, that's about now. Holy shit, Jazarko. Okay, I'm in the game. I'm going to pause it, and I'm going to Alt-Tab to Reaper, and I'm going to press record, and I'm going to go back into the game and record with Fraps and get going. So that's how that works, and I'll return to you in a second. Alright, now we're getting to Reaper and to editing the audio commentary that I've recorded. So, I'm going to take you through how to put some good effects on this that will make it sound better. First, I'm going to select a piece that has noise in it. Just play that. And you can hear quite a lot of noise there, so we're going to try to remove that to the best of my abilities. I'm going to use a plugin called X-Noise. It's not free. All these plugins are not free, but there are free versions of them on the internet that you can download. I won't provide you with the links because I don't think it's really necessary to produce a good Let's Play. It's just a routine that I go through. So now with the noise remover here, I'm going to press the learn button so you can learn the noise curve and make sure that it's on repeat. There we go. Now in the midst of that, I just pressed unlearn, or stopped it to learn. So now it has a curve. It has a curve of noise to remove. I'm going to increase the threshold a little bit to remove as much as possible. And there you can hear. Hello people at the YouTube land, my name Okay. Yes, I just scared myself. Okay, gonna decrease the attack, decrease the release. Frequency. I'm gonna make a high shelf to make sure I don't reduce the high shelf frequencies too much. Hello people at the YouTube land, my name is Owen here and welcome back to Let's Play The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. This is episode 42. Are you doing good? Okay, that was me talking right there. Actually it wasn't, but I was, but it was recording. But okay. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put a compressor on. This is also a plugin by Waves. Of course, there are many free plugins out there that do just the same thing. I'm gonna decrease the threshold to like, let's say -16 to start with, and a ratio of like 4 to 5, something like that. Hello people at the YouTube land, my name is Owen here and welcome back to Let's Play. That's fantastic. What a compressor does is it takes all the high audio levels and makes them lower, and it basically evens out your entire audio. So there's not a point where you're too quiet and there's not a point where you're too loud, which is quite useful. I recommend you do that no matter what, really. And then after that we're going to put an EQ on here. EQ is good. We like EQ, and I'm going to increase my frequency a little bit at the 150 Hertz to make it a little more full. And in addition to that, I'm also going to put some on about 5,500 to 6,000 Hertz. A little bump there as well. It increases the presence a little. You're a little more there, so to speak. Also, I have no effects whatsoever on the speech I'm recording right here. So this is what it sounds like unedited. But yeah, that's pretty much all you need. I'm going to add a de-esser as well, just to remove any sharp S's. I use Spitfish for this. This is a free plugin. You can download, you can Google it. Usually set those right in the middle and that usually works great. Okay, and that was it for this audio stuff here. So let's export that. I'm going to say File, Render. I'm going to render it to a FLAC file in mono, because we only need mono, obviously. I'm going to put it in the same directory as my video file, which is currently rendering on Virtualdub as well. It's getting there, I suppose. Episode 42. Commentary. Not rule. Commentary. We're gonna render that to FLAC. Render one file. Slambity bam bam. It's going there. It's not gonna take all that long, and it's obviously not very strenuous on your CPU either. We're just rendering audio. It's not a big deal. And you'll wait for that to done. And I'm gonna take you into Sony Vegas and show you how to put it all together and get the final video out there on the internet. So I'll be right back. So here I am, back in Sony Vegas. This is actually a completely different day for me, so this is weird, but yeah, stuff might look a little bit different. This that you're seeing on the screen is Sony Vegas, and this is my preferred editing program. You can replicate what I do in any other editing program that has some basic functions, and you know how to do these things. Assuming you know how to do them, I suppose you could say. So what I've done is I've imported my clip. I had a little editing error in this specific episode, which I fixed before doing anything here. Well, editing error. It's an error with the actual clip itself, and I had to trim the commentary to fit that. So that was kind of weird. I hope that doesn't happen again, but I fixed that already, so you don't have to look at me trying to figure out what the hell's going on. And now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to open take my folder here, open libraries, videos, Let's Play Skyrim, and this is where I have my intro. So there you go, boom, Let's Play Skyrim. I'm going to say Control A on my keyboard, and I'm going to create a crossfade by dragging these into the intro. I'm going to zoom in a little more, make a crossfade of exactly 3 seconds because I'm totally OCD. Yes. I'm just going to create this effect where you kind of like go from the intro into the clip like that. Kind of cool. And so we got the intro in place, just like that. On my audio track, I have set a noise gate to completely remove any noise that's below 45 dBs. It just helps clean up the audio a little bit. You don't need that, but I suppose it's quite useful. And at the end, after synchronizing the two clips, you can just drag them around and find out how to synchronize them the best way. I'm just going to create a fade here at the end, like that, so that when I play The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim, I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye. You can see it just kind of fades out like that, so that's what I usually do. And that's pretty much what there is to one of these episodes. Then I just select all of it. You don't have to do that, but I always somehow manage to select a little piece of that, and then I render it out, and the video is only like 10 seconds long or something, so I just like to select it in the end. Go to File, Render As, and I'm going to show you some settings. Try and 2, by the way, that's a little surprise coming soon. Yes. Where did I get to? Basically, yeah, this is my intro preset. Basically, you want to, in Sony Vegas, render to WMV format, Windows Media Video, V11, version 11 that is. You're gonna name this 42, because it's episode 42. And in the template here, I have taken the default 4.8 megabyte per second preset and adjusted it a little bit so that it fits exactly what I want. So here, we're in the properties, alright? And we're gonna include audio. That's pretty obvious, I suppose. I'm only encoding this at 64 kilobytes per second. I think it's kilobytes. Stereo, of course, you get both speakers, different audio, both speakers, and at 44 kilohertz. CPR, so we don't get any of that variable bitrate stuff. I just don't like that. And the video aspect here, just high definition, 1280 by 720, so we get an HD ready file. YouTube will recognize that and convert your video to HD. The frame rate, I keep the frame rate as low as possible without compromising the quality of the video, and film frame rate is 24 frames per second, so you can, yeah, that's 23.976 if you want to be specific, which is just the one I use instead of 30 frames per second because that's unnecessary, I'd say. Video smoothness, 98 out of 100, so it's a very nice quality. The bitrate is definitely the most important thing. I left it at default actually, 4.8, because I've experimented a lot with things. You can go all the way down to 2, I think, without getting a laggy video or anything like that, but if you go beneath that, you're gonna run into some problems. And to get a great quality video that doesn't take up a whole lot of space, well, it does take actually quite a lot of space, but not as much as it would if you were using a bitrate that would be like super high quality, 10 megabytes per second. So 4.8 is pretty good ratio in quality to the file size, so you don't have to upload for an eternity. And that's pretty much it. Just use the project settings, and there you go. And I'm gonna say, whoa, why is the template in Chinese? I don't know. I'm just gonna select that again, and I'm gonna say save, and now it starts rendering. Okay, this is gonna take a while, and you can't really use your computer for recording games or other demanding processes while this is rendering. So you just let it sit there in the background and watch some TV shows at the same time. That's what I recommend you do. And that's pretty much what you do with the video. Then you go to YouTube and you upload it and you put in the description, all that kind of good stuff right there. Simple as that. And this was the very conclusion of how to get started making Let's Plays on YouTube, taking you through the entire process at a somewhat basic, versatile level, I suppose. And I hope you could help all these episodes, these little parts. I hope they informed you of a lot of things you didn't know, and gave you some tips on how to actually get started and how to get going doing some good stuff. I'll see you guys later. Thank you. Please do watch my Let's Plays. If you like this channel, just subscribe up there. It's up there somewhere. I would really appreciate that. So, goodbye.